Dear preliminary task, I'm writing to you as a thank you for all that you taught me about filmmaking. I've just finished my film Parasomnia. Looking back, I was much more organised with Parasomnia than I was with you. I did a lot more detail, developing ideas, completing drafts and planning everything needed. As I didn't fully prepare for you like I did with Parasomnia, I made sure everything was done before filming, and that is what made such a difference. You did bring me some success, as it enabled me to know what I needed to do in a main task, as you ensured me to learn how to use technology. iMovie, such a pain when I edited you. However, I overcome this massively, as my skills did develop when creating you, as I learned the basics, which were putting shots in order and adding the basic credits which were needed. By the time I came to edit Parasomnia, my knowledge had developed into a level standard, as I had become able to edit it all myself, and that was all from creating you. Adding flashbacks, changing the lighting and matching all the shots together had all developed from you. I now feel a lot more confident with editing on iMovie, as I was the main editor for our filming. Therefore, since creating you, my knowledge has developed massively, as at the beginning of the year I didn't really know how to use it. Through making you, it helped me improve on the variety of shots and angles you can use when filming, as I was able to trial the range. However, we didn't use such a wide and interesting amount of shots, as we focused on match on action, shot reverse shot, and 180-degree rule, as that was our task. Therefore, when creating Parasomnia, I was able to develop these shots and add others, such as a canted angle, point of view shot over the shoulder, as in thriller films. They like to use a different range of shots to create much of a more effect for the audience. Additionally, when filming you, we didn't use the tripod a lot, which caused a few problems of shakiness. Therefore, when creating Parasomnia, we overcome this problem, as we used the tripod for the majority of the shots, and it made the shots steadier. Therefore, we had learnt from our mistake. For Parasomnia, we also used a shoulder mount, as it was used to create a steadier shot when you can use the tripod to film a shot. We were quite successful with using this, as for our shot we had the camera going over our props, and the shoulder mount helped create that steady shot that was needed, and without it the shot would have been shaky. Creating you, all the planning and paperwork that I did for example, the storyboard and script, I kept the same as for when creating Parasomnia. But the only thing that I did differently was that I completed more drafts to show more development. Therefore, I was always planning my work. However, the only thing that went wrong for me and my group in planning was how we planned our final idea. Due to not doing this, we led ourselves into a few problems, which were us not talking as a group on our different ideas, as instead we were all coming up with ideas separately and going against each other. However, we did overcome this problem by sitting down and planning it as a group. Teamwork is a major part of creating a film. You improved this for me as we worked as a team, and we all had roles. I was a camerawoman and editor, Jo was the director, Cameron was the actor, and Lily was also an actor, and she chose the music. However, we did come across a few problems. In creating you, we all worked together and listened to each other in all the different ideas that we had. However, when creating Parasomnia, we came across a few problems in the group, as we had disagreements on not sharing ideas with each other. Therefore, I overcome this problem as we sat down as a group and talked about all our ideas, sorting out what idea we were going to choose for our final film. Myself, Jo and Cameron all worked together to overcome our problem, as we stayed after school to plan until we reached a final decision. It was a success. As I was the camerawoman for creating you and for Parasomnia, you helped me in understanding all the different functions needed to film an opening. As for Parasomnia, the opening needed to be... As I was the camerawoman for creating you and for Parasomnia, you helped me in understanding all the different functions needed to film an opening. As for Parasomnia, the opening needed to be at professional level compared to GCSE. Therefore, I had to be prepared, and you got me to that stage. Without having to jump straight into it, creating our final film. When filming you, I came across a few problems of the camera being shaky and correcting the focus. However, filming Parasomnia gave me a chance to overcome and improve on these problems. Therefore, I developed my skills on using the camera by practicing before I went straight into filming certain shots, and a constant practice enabled me to improve.
I additionally developed them in trialling and using techniques such as pull and shallow focus and framing.
I was pleased with the shots I filmed for Parasomnia, and the way I used the camera was a success, because from you I was able to practice using the camera and different shots, like the shot reverse shot which we used in the preliminary task. As we decided to have a conversation and a match on action of his bag, when it got to filming Parasomnia, the practice paid off. You, as my preliminary task, enabled me to reflect on all of the things that went well. For example, planning our idea and what I could improve on, which was the use of the camera with the tripod. And it gave me a feel of creating a more professional film, which enabled me to understand and learn all the important aspects needed to create the opening of a thriller, as that was our chosen genre. Therefore, the aspects I needed to look at was creating suspense for the audience, the props used in thrillers, and iconic sounds that build an effect for the audiences within thrillers. I would make sure that me and my group sat down and had a clear and developed idea before progressing into planning and creating the film, as that was our main fault when creating this opening. I could additionally still improve on using the camera with the Steadicam, as that didn't always go to plan, as using it was very difficult, as holding it and getting it in the correct place wasn't always achievable. Overall, you had really set me up and helped with creating a more professional opening. Therefore, without you, it wouldn't have been such a success. Kind regards, Becky and Parasomnia.